Hello everybody, and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at an Izzet tempo deck I was running for a little bit a couple days ago. Really fun deck to play. Disclaimer, not top tier, but again, it's pretty enjoyable. It's not very demanding on wild cards. You could sub out the Temple of Epiphany for the Gain land, I forget what it's called. You don't need the Steam Vents, they're nice, and you don't need the One Fabled Passage. But what you do need are the Stormwing entities. 2 Brazen Borrower I found is really nice. And you don't even need the Royal Scions if we're being honest. You could put in another Salmon Sprint or anything that pumps to creatures really. Let's just kind of dive in real quick though. The name of the game is try to get either a Sprite Dragon, Stormwing entity, or a couple of Riddle forms out, and then pump them up and go for the kill. Riddle form I found actually to be very cool. I love how he dodges board wipes because he turns back into an enchantment on opponent's turn. It also forces opponent to play around. They don't know necessarily that you can activate it on their turn, so they may want to attack and decide against it, which will save you, from taking damage early on. We're running 4 opt because the cantrips are perfect. They let you continue to draw spells, which you can cast to continue to buff the Sprite Dragon and the Stormwing entity. Crash Through, same thing. Cantrips into a card for you. Salmon Sprint, in case you get that Stormwing entity down and you want to get in immediately, and it just pumps your creatures up. So that's nice. Shock, again, another 1 CMC spell that helps activate the Riddle form and activates your Sprite Dragon and your Stormwing entity. I think you're starting to, see the train of thought here. Frantic Inventory is in because it can end up drawing you lots of cards. Refilling your hand is important. Light Up the Stage I cut down to 2, and the reason being I just didn't feel like I was in a position early on to deal damage and have mana open to draw the cards, or rather to exile the cards. Just not as consistent. Opt Raking Claws because a lot of the time opponent won't block if it doesn't look like lethal, and then it can become lethal very easily. And Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, which I just absolutely love this card. Deals with, by turn 4, basically will deal with any creature or planeswalker that you can think of, as long as it doesn't have protection from red and it doesn't have hexproof. That's really it. Quick overview. Let's jump into it. Alright, so we can cast everything. I mean, we skew heavily towards red mana, but blue spells. I think later though we will want more red mana than blue. We'll keep. Noise. Make sure we can find something else or bury a land. We don't need more than 4. Oh, fun. I don't know what we're playing against. What are you thinking about, opponent? What could you possibly be thinking about? We'll keep the opt. Oh, that's a tough one. I think we throw down Riddle form now. The Sprite Dragon has haste. So if Riddle form gets to live, opponent taps out. We get in for 5 next turn? Yes, we do. I mean, maybe he's got Mystical Dispute. Find out, huh? The only way to find out is to play our poor little dragon. Probably. I think we risk it. Okay. Or we don't. Yeah, I'm really unsure of what we're playing against. Oh, that's nice. Guess I could have crashed through. Oh well, we'll get in for 5, and I don't think we need that. Well, I guess we got an island anyway. I imagine there may be board wipes. Does the opponent really want to use one on a Sprite Dragon, though? Maybe? Oh, cool. Didn't do anything, but cool. And what can we do here? Can't remove Emery. We don't want to bounce Emery. I guess scrying is fine. Opponent doesn't want to wipe the board because of Emery. Yeah. Maybe this gets countered? Nope. We're coming in hot. Oh. Nice. I mean, they could still wipe, but having Riddle form out means we get to evade that. Get in for at least 3. If opponent doesn't wipe or Banishing Light, like, okay, I guess if we keep our board state the same, we get in for 7, 10, we get in for lethal. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see what exactly this deck does. And I think we need to bounce Uro so opponent can't keep gaining life off of him. Does Crash through Grievous lethal? We have lethal. We do. Okay. That was nice for us. Opponent had no interaction, easy win. Oh, we go first and we have a bomb hand. I mean, I guess no 1-cost spells. That would be nice. What are we against? Mono black. Let's get the Riddle form out first. Hopefully we hit a 1 CMC spell. Ooh, it's not mono black though. Oh well. We don't get to, you know, attack with Riddle form, but getting off light up the stage, excuse me, is nice. What do we do next turn? I think we play the island. We just call this a wash. Exile the Judith? Guess we have options now, huh? Exile the Gutter Bones. Are we gonna die next turn? I just want the value. We can remove 2 creatures next turn, so this is fine. We don't want that. Okay, I don't think opponent does 14. Maybe they can remove our creatures. Is there an oven? Oh god, do we die now? Oh, sad. I don't think we can keep this without a blue source. You like that? I bet you do. Okay, so blue-white flyers, we actually stand a chance. As much as I want to scry, I think we need to get a card into the graveyard to activate Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. Alright, Pegasus can't attack. We lucked out. Opponent needs a blue source. The sprint is nice, but we need a mountain. I guess really we need anything that's not a land, huh? Get out of here, land. Wow. I don't really want to remove the Pegasus since it can't do anything on its own. This is a really dumb game. Oh my goodness. Like, quite dumb. Maybe we do just remove it so we can put out the Stormwing entity. Let's do it. Like, we only did that so we could get this out this turn. Hey look, we get cards. Ooh, doggy. Well, do we need to worry about racing? I don't think so. I think we just go in. We can frantic inventory if he blocks. Sure. I mean, okay. Well, that was cool, I guess. I'm sorry, I forgot to hit record. You're not missing much so far. Does Riddle Form stick? Okay. That's gotta feel like a bad card to counter. It's like, it could pick away at you, but it's not really a bomb that you want to prevent from, you know, either getting on the field or hitting your face. Do we want the other Riddle Form? I think yes. Is Esper Yorion? Yes, yes it is. Sad. Well, we got a backup. $80-card deck, and they draw into 3 Omen of the Sea. Must be nice. Does this deck run flyers other than Yorion? Maybe we hold on to the Crash through? Let's see if we can get down the Stormwing entity. I mean, we can. We'll keep that for the Planeswalkers. See if we get in for damage. Entity goes down. Man. They really don't want us to. I think we just need the Raking Claws, yeah? Still can't light up the stage. It's a lot of free card draw for opponent. I guess just 2. I thought they had the 3rd one out still. Or am I dumb? Was there never a 3rd copy? Guys, I shouldn't be playing the game when I'm this tired. Oh, an opponent's tapped out. Nice. We are definitely killing Yorion. Not that that's a huge win, considering there's another one. But it'll feel good. Might not even block. Does. We should have crashed through. Huh, why didn't we get in for the extra damage? That was weird. Aw, sad. This deck's kind of annoying, huh? Okay, they have veto, but they can't play it. Guess we just shock face and finally get light up the stage. Fairly certain we do not have enough steam to take on opponent. We're gonna riddle form. They're probably gonna counter the Scion. But I think there's probably just too much value now for opponent. Let's try it. Riddle form. Yeah, and we have to try the Scion, otherwise we lose it anyway. Dauphin's Veto. Sure. Not going to turn it into a creature since it can't attack this turn. So our options are Riddle Form. Yeah, now we can't even draw another card. That feels bad. I think Teferi phases it out if we try to kill Narset and get our other card. I don't even think this is going to be close. Let's try it. Narset. Of course. We can't even kill it off. We'll let it play out like 1 or 2 more turns. Unless opponent is this slow. You know what, we're gonna give him the game. We're just gonna move on. Okay, we are on the draw. It's a decent hand, minus Temple coming into play tapped. It's a little slow. What are we against? Gigantha? Is this gonna be elementals? We're gonna keep... Nice, opponent had a slow start too. We actually want to see land. Well, really, we just want opponent to let us cry. Ah, I don't want to get rid of that. We're going to keep it. The reason being, we shock ourselves with Steam Vent next turn, Riddle Form. At least then we get value of our every single spell we cast every turn, on top of whatever the spell does. Oh, Winota? Winota. I imagine they have to take the shock, right? Otherwise we just get our card back. Okay. I mean, I guess they do slow us down a turn. What do we do? I think we opt and shock. Unless we see a non-human come down, we can wait a turn to get our freebooter back, or we can just wait. Or not our God, sorry, our riddle form. We really just don't want something like a... Yeah, I'm not even sure. We just don't want non-humans out on the board. Legion War Boss, that's what I was thinking of. We'll eat the 1. Maybe we frantic inventory? Let's opt. I think we need to find the land, right? Okay. So we're good on land. Get our riddle form back. We're only behind a turn now. Nice. And another one for our trouble. Oh, and here comes Winota. Yep, can't remove her. Can't bounce her. And those creatures, those do not have indestructible, right? Judith? Well, this doesn't feel good. And we'll keep the mountain on top. But we can take out one of these tokens, so we only have to deal with one proc next turn. Yeah, I went too early. Okay, good. Thank you, opponent, for not targeting riddle form. Okay. We can turn on the riddle form. Yeah, let's fly in for 3. Why, thank you. So what was my plan? I guess we can just take out the other human, or not human, the other soldier token. Hopefully that doesn't kill us. Following turn, we can Raking Claws, kill Winota. I mean, we're eating a lot. I guess it's just non-combat damage, right? Maybe I shouldn't have attacked. I could have taken out Judith. Oh, Judith kills us. No, right, because it's not a human? Oh, because it was a token. Should read my cards. So what do we need to win? We need a sandwich sprint. The Raking Claws, does that even do it? I think we just lose, right? Yeah, we just lose. Okay, we go first. Pretty nice hand, actually. All we need is a 1 CMC spell. Do we want Riddle form out first? I feel like we do. He dodges board sweepers. So our line of play is Temple of Epiphany. See what we get. Turn 2, Riddle form. Turn 3, our little buddy. And hopefully we've drawn a 1 CMC card at that point. A crash through or a shock or something. Activate the Riddle form. Get in for, at that point, what, that'll be 6 plus the shock damage? 5 plus the shock damage? That's an ideal world. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Light up the stage can be so OP, but we have to get in for that damage first. Okay, opponent doesn't have counter magic. That's good. Or at least any mystical dispute, they might have counter magic. Let's find out. This is a sad one to lose. Now they can interact. What do you got? If somehow they deal with the riddle form, we will light up the stage after the dragon sprite gets in. Sprite dragon. If the dragon gets dealt with, I guess we opt now and get in with riddle form. Let's find out. Get in for 1, please. Please. I ask nicely, thank you. What do you think their name is? Snare like a trap, or a snare like a drum? Oh, if they can't answer both of our creatures, we just get in for a lot of double strike damage next turn. I think we go Island, Raking Claws on the Sprite Dragon. Make the attack. If opponent hasn't bounced one of our creatures by then, we Raking Claws on the Riddle form. Let's see. Does it get bounced? I mean, we still get the activation. So, a little confused. I mean, I guess it's better than getting hit for, what would that have been? 16 plus, I'm sorry, 8 plus, yeah, 14. God, I can count and talk, promise. We win if opponent can't remove our Sprite Dragon or can't produce a blocker by next turn. Well, let's go for broke. Does the dragon get to stay? We no longer have Raking Claws. So, in order to buff the Riddle form enough, we would need... Well, that's what we would need. I mean, we don't get the kill, but... Let's see if there are blockers. That's lethal. If it goes through. That's it. Well, this would have been a really nice hand if we had a blue source. Still not a bad hand. I think we bottom light up the stage that could come back to bite me in the butt. I just feel like I never get it off early. I feel like my creatures end up getting removed or just continually bounced. Although it is more value immediately than frantic inventory. You know what? Let's try to make it work. Light up the stage. Hate to shock myself, but it will be nice to have the option to kill something opponent puts out this turn. They may have been thinking the same thing. They're gonna shock and then light up the stage. Man, I was thinking about doing that. They got an opt and an island. Are we playing like a mirror? Let's hope opponent doesn't have another shock. I mean, it wouldn't matter. Even if we wait a turn, it'll get killed. This is our best chance to put it out now. Hope there's no removal, and then pump it up this turn. Well, we've dodged a bullet so far. Did opponent find the removal? No. Shame. That's unfortunate for them. Great news for us. Cool. Cool. Guess we could cast both next turn, get the value out of it. We're gonna hold up our shock in case a creature comes down for opponent and we want to remove it, which I do. Yep, we're in a mirror of sorts. Unfortunately, we don't kill the Stormwing entity. There could be a Sprite Dragon coming. Do we hold the shock still, or do we just go face pump the pet, get the Riddle form out, swing in, get close to lethal? I mean, maybe we just do that, right? We get rid of the Stormwing entity. I mean, it's a risky play if he gets his Sprite Dragon down, but I guess there's no guarantee we could remove it anyway, right? I mean, he knows we have it, right? He's got a block. Why? Okay, well, we have a 6/6 with double strike, and he's got 12 life. GG. That was silly. Alright, we're back. Yeah, the deck is fun. It's not the most consistent deck, obviously not a top tier deck, but it can catch opponents by surprise, and you can pull yourself into a win when it otherwise wouldn't be possible, just by the sheer nature of how fast it can ramp and the Raking Claws from behind. Phrasing. Yeah, it's a fun deck. You should try it. Again, not very wildcard intensive. I appreciate you stopping in again. If you could like and subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff, it'd really help me out, and I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see ya.